Yo, 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 yo.
What's
going
going on, fellas? Welcome back.
What's happening? Welcome back.
There goes
Welcome
the
back.
pins out. Welcome.
I like the
What's going on?
enthusiasm, Mike. Welcome back. Good to see you guys.
What's going on? What's going on?
You
Welcome,
already know what's
welcome
going on.
everyone,
Pins up.
welcome everyone to episode 14 of the Endzone Sports Podcast. We live, right, P?
Yes, we are.
We live.
First
on
time
YouTube.
live on YouTube.
First time live.
Yes.
Yeah. So episode 14. To my left, top left is Paulo. Bottom left corner is Danny, aka Batman, and then underneath me is my brother D. How you fellas doing?
Doing good. Good to see you,
Hello, my
Mike.
friend. How are you?
I'm very
good,
happy
good.
to see you.
All right.
I am
Let's
okay.
get this episode started with just knock out our weekly picks before we get to our teams. We all had a good week besides Danny.
Yeah, I was about to say I had a bad week.
Your Giants, huh? Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna start off with. So I'm gonna start off with Tone, right? Another good week for Tone. Wasn't undefeated, but he went 2-1 again. He had Baltimore -4.5. That was correct, and Washington +2.5 was right. Also, the Seattle +3 was incorrect. He stands in first place by himself still through 6 weeks at 11-7. I
making
went
you guys
also
look
2-1.
bad,
I had.
bro.
Well, we're all
making you
one
guys
game
look
behind
bad.
besides you. We're all one game behind them besides you.
Oh,
I also went 2-1. I had Ravens -4.5, Detroit -3. Both of those was right. And then I went with the Eagles -6.5. It was looking good in the, I say the first quarter and a half, up 14-3, and then it just went. Nothing happened for the Eagles. We'll touch that when we get to the week 6 blitz. D also went 2-3. He went with the Bengals -3.
2-1.
Cowboys -2.5. I'm sorry, 2-1. Cowboys -2.5. They just squeezed by. Bengals -3, and the one that he had wrong was Chicago +3.
Never picking those
And
bums
Paulo
again.
Also, Paulo also 2-1. He went with Jacksonville -4.5. Detroit also at 3, and the one that he had wrong was his Chicago Bears +3. And then Danny
Never
1
again.
and 2. Saints
Never
minus-
again.
What,
The
for
Bears, right?
you against
One.
Chicago?
Fucking A, man. These
Terrible.
mother-
I got the Lions.
We'll talk about that in a few.
Yeah, we're
Jeez.
gonna
I
talk
got the
about.
Lions.
And then Danny went 1 and 2. He went to Saints -2, Bills -15, and the Lions -3, which that's the only one he had right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you guys
I
want
had
to
to
chime
get
in?
one. Well, I had to get one right.
Regret?
You know.
I mean,
Gotta be the Giants for Danny. They must be hearing the podcast.
Yeah.
They hear that you a Dolphin fan 1 week, you a Tua fan. They don't know what the hell you're doing, so they hate you. And they say, "Oh, he went against us. We gonna fuck him tonight."
That's what they
Damn.
did, right?
Damn, like that?
No.
That's what they
no,
did
no,
to him.
no.
How to feel? Was it Vaseline?
Lord.
No. It
No
did not feel
Vaseline?
good.
I think so. I think so.
No. I think no. I'm being honest.
Hold on.
The Saints. I
Whatchamacallit?
thought I was more.
Hold on. Let's jump right.
I was more upset about
Yeah,
the Saints.
they
man.
are.
You know,
They're
you just throw the
They
damn
have-
ball, man. Throw the
They have-
damn ball.
It seems like the only time they throw down the field is to, I forget his name, number
Shaheed.
22.
Shaheed.
Shaheed, that's it. That's it. Yeah. Everything else is little dinking dunks.
Worse.
Like I don't know, but that's our weekly pick. So again, just to go through the standings through 6 weeks.
I'm coming
Tones at
back next
first,
week.
11-7.
I'm coming back next week.
Mhm.
I'm gonna show you guys how to really pick teams.
Are you
Oh,
leaving?
No, I'm just gonna make sure
Oh,
you guys get the right
okay.
team. You know,
Me,
I know
Paulo,
people who know.
me,
All right, so I'm gonna start.
me, Paulo, and
making
D
calls.
tied for second at 10-8, and Danny comes in last at 9-8 through 6 weeks. So that's the weekly picks. We'll be on Friday with our week 7 picks. Danny already has his picks from last week for week 7.
I have my
Picks
picks
that he
already.
had.
So I have my
Picks
early
ahead.
picks, my
Ready to
early
go.
odds. Yes.
What website you use this week?
I'm not gonna tell you because then you're gonna look in and gonna take my
You're not gonna
picks.
tell it.
You know,
You know what?
get your own picks,
That's
Mike.
fair. That's fair.
Damn you.
I know. Yeah.
Sam
Listen,
Ross.
I told you guys. Listen, you gotta follow
Flamingo.com.
Yeah, listen.
I'm gonna
Listen,
follow
alright, so
Tone
that's
from now on. Really, I keep saying every week that I'm not, that I will, but this week most definitely I'm telling you I'm getting my pick sent to me from Tone, and hopefully he'll show up this week.
So that's our week. That was our weekly picks from week 6.
And I play you this week.
What,
fantasy?
Danny,
man,
yeah.
You play me going down. I'm sorry, guys. I just gotta.
I don't even want to talk about fantasy.
Yeah, me neither.
I
lost. I lost on some bullshit.
We could talk about. We could talk about fantasy.
We don't want to talk.
Can we?
Actually,
I really don't. My guy is hurt. Hopefully, he'll be all right.
You jinxed him. You jinxed him.
No, you guys jinxed.
You are complete.
You guys jinxed. You guys jinxed. I don't know. When I seen Debo get hurt, all of a sudden I got visions of when Paulo had that voodoo doll with the picture of my face, and you holding it, and you're picking. All of a sudden McCaffrey gets hurt. You know, Olave has turf toe. Come on, man.
Does he really?
Like you don't know, Mike. I know people.
That's our week 6. No, I don't. Oh, that's our week 6 picks. We'll talk about it on Friday for our week 7. Now we're going to move on to our team's performances for week 6. I don't even know where you want to start off at. Let's get the easy one out the way. Miami. We'll start with Miami.
Why does he have to go first?
Because it's Miami.
You want to go first?
No, I don't want to
go there. Respect.
No,
they have the best record.
I don't want to go there.
They have the best record amongst our teams. No, we're going to. You're right.
I apologized to him last week.
No, yeah, you're right. That was on Tuesday or Wednesday. You're right. You did apologize.
He can go.
Apologize for what? I wasn't on.
Because Miami got 5 wins. He said 3.
Oh, yeah.
He apologized, saying that we're a better team than what he expected. So, all right. So Miami, right? Here's the thing. Right, once again, I'm gonna say, right, we keep getting injured, right? There's too many injuries for this team, and I said it during the last episode, right? Whenever we play mediocre teams, we play to that level, and we can't afford to do that, right? Going down 14-0 in the beginning of the game was pathetic, right? You do that against a good team, you're in trouble. So you do that against the Jets, who has a real good defense. You do that against the Kansas City Chiefs, the Eagles next week. You're in trouble. You got lucky you were going up against the Carolina Panthers, who struggle, right? So my main concern is the injuries and this defense, right? I don't know. When we signed Fangio, right, everyone kept saying, I had a lot of like text messages and in the group messages that we do have. Paula, you said it. I think a friend of ours, Gil, said it, because a Niner fan, and you, Paula, because it was the Bears, said that when he was in the Bears defensive coordinator, you guys had a great defense. Gil said the same thing when he was defensive coordinator there. He had a great defense. I don't know if it's our personnel that's not what he's accustomed to, but he needs to wait. He needs to fix it ASAP, because we ain't going anywhere with a defense this way. So if he doesn't fix this defense, we're going to be in trouble, because we haven't played that good of teams right now. So we're lucky to be 5-1, right? Because we haven't had that much competition. The main competition that we had with Buffalo, we got blown out of the field, right? So we need to fix our defense ASAP, right? As I'm watching the game, right, our offense showed up, right? Tyreek Hill stepped up, huge. Raheem Morris stepped up. But what's going to kill us is that second running back, right? If Jeff Wilson, he's supposed to come back this week against Philly.
Put Clay Chasepool back there. Might as well.
Clay Chasepool? I don't even know what the hell's going on with him. Like, I don't understand how
he's already fucking up the locker room. Nobody wants him to suit up. Nothing. He's done.
No, but
he's a waste.
But the thing is, what I'm hearing about him is they might try to make him into like a tight end / receiver, right? That might be the reason why he didn't suit up last week. But Like I don't understand how do you get traded to a team, and you've dealt with playbooks your whole life, and you can't figure out our playbook in 2 weeks. Like not even for like you can't give them like 15 plays of a book and say, hey, listen, learn these and get in there. But whatever it is,
it's too hard for him.
Tyreek Hill is a monster, like he showed it, right? But you went up against a team that doesn't have the greatest defense. They're 0-5, Carolina Panthers, right? Mostert stepped up, like we said. We need that second running back. So Jeff Wilson needs to come back because
No, you don't. No,
yes, we do. You might not want it, but that injury to Chain might hurt us, right? Because
bless you.
He's a game changer. He's a game changer. The speed that he has is game changing, bro. Like, and I saw it like as I'm watching the game, I'm like, damn, like that burst of speed that he has, we miss it. Like it just showed, right? But at the end of the day, we come into week 6 in a huge matchup, which in prime time against the Eagles, which we struggle. I hate prime time games because we never do good in these damn things. But it is what it is. We're 5-1. We're in the top of the division. We need to stay healthy. Now we're out Xavier Howard, who might miss a couple weeks with a groin injury. Bro, it's every year injury after injury after injury, right? And if we can fix this defense, I'm hearing that Xavier Ramsey is in the
schedule,
way ahead of schedule. But let's relax a little bit. Like, let's take your time. No need to rush. We're not in no. We're ahead of this. We're ahead of where we're supposed to be. No one expected us to be 5-1 right now. So
in my opinion, I don't think the defense really needs to improve because of course they need to improve. Let me explain why. After y'all play the Eagles, the schedule goes. Who do y'all have? You got Patriots,
and
Raiders,
Kansas City. No, you forgot about Kansas City.
Patriots.
They got Kansas City and then the Raiders. No, then the bye, then the Raiders.
Oh, they got the bye. Raiders. To the schedule, Washington.
Yeah, but
Tennessee.
the next 3 weeks. I mean.
Yeah, but you know what it is?
The second time you guys play the Jets, that's when your defense. By that time, hopefully your defense will be.
The last tier of the schedule, the last five is brutal, right? But they need to figure something out. We are going to get pieces back, right? We're supposed to get Needham back. Ramsey's supposed to come back. Yeah. But I look at other defenses, like it sucks to say, like I was watching the Dolphin game and I'm like, fuck, man, we're missing something, and it's the defense. This offense is, to me, top tier. It's top 5, easy, top 5, top 3, whatever you want to say. We're top of the list, right?
It's number 1 right now. I mean, let's just be honest.
But we're hard to stop, right? And I'm watching, and 4 o'clock comes, and I'm watching the Jets game. If Miami had a fucking defense as good as the Jets, bro, I can sit down and relax. But I'm nervous every fucking game that we play because I don't trust our defense. And you can't expect our offense, you can't expect any offense to always put up 30 to 40 points a game. It's not going to happen. So Vic Fangio needs to figure it out. The linebackers need to do better. Jerome Baker looks terrible.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was gonna bring. That was gonna be my question, like the linebackers, because you guys also got David Long from Tennessee.
Yeah, he doesn't use them the right way.
But for whatever reason, Baker's he's not popping out on the screen like he was last year. Like, I don't know.
Take him out. Put him out. Put him somewhere. Put him to the right. Put him to the left. He's not living to what he was supposed to do. So Miami needs, first of all, just get healthy. But I'm okay with where we're at. 5-1, I'll take it. If we can go 2-2 in the next 4, I'll be okay. If we can go 7-3, I'll be perfectly fine because I know this week's going to be a battle. So I'll take the win, but letting a team like Carolina, who struggled all year, just put easy 14 points and drive the ball that easy on us, bro, that can't happen. That can't happen. If you want to go, you want to be considered the Super Bowl team, that can't happen. Not against those teams. Not against those teams.
Yeah, you can't start off. You can't start off as slow as you guys did again. Like you said earlier, you can't.
It was 14-0. I'm like, what is going on?
You guys got the offense to catch up. It's just the fact.
But you know what?
It's just the fact that those.
I wasn't worried about that. I wasn't worried about that either.
You weren't. I was.
Nothing. I thought, come on, it's Tua. D is Tua.
Yeah, but you know how Tua sometimes has that one little mistake that he makes. But
he's my hero this season.
I'll take it, man. Let's
buddy.
Let's get Jeff Wilson back and keep going that way, man.
No, listen, you guys started off 3-0. You guys started off 3-0 last year. You guys were 3-0 this year. Then last year, you guys went on a 3-game losing streak. This year, it wasn't funny. It was there for you, right? The two opponents, and you guys took care of business. Now it gets tougher. The 2 out of the 3 next games are against Philly.
No,
Kansas City's in Germany, so I mean, anything can happen over there. Yeah,
they should beat the Eagles.
Yeah, but it's in Philly.
It's in Philly coming off a loss.
And they're gonna be pissed off.
Their cornerbacks are bad, bro.
Miami's ain't that better. Miami's Eli Apple and Kahu ain't gonna be as good.
It could be a shootout. It can be a shootout.
The time to play the Eagles is right now because they
but they could say the same thing. Time to play Miami with no Javian Howard and no Ramsey right now. So. We might have to be a shootout where we're going to have to put 40 points up, and against the Eagles defense might be difficult to do. But like I said, hopefully,
is Connor Williams back? At least Connor Williams back next week.
The offensive line played good, but against the Panthers. So I'm hoping that he does come back. But I haven't heard anything about him yet. There's no injury report. I don't even know if he practiced today, so I have to look that up. But overall, 5-1, I'll take it, and let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Win, no matter how you get it. Yeah, so that's the Dolphins. These sounds, happy 5-1, a little concerned and stuff like that. But we all have concerns and stuff like that. But moving on, we're gonna go to, let's see who I want to pick. You know what? Let's go with the Giants. Let's go with the Giants. Man,
that was a great game. You gonna tell me that game wasn't good?
15.5 because it was 15.5 at kickoff. 15.5 point underdogs. And listen, I mean, you could tell by early second quarter. Buffalo wasn't going to cover that.
No.
So, Danny, go ahead. I mean, Danny, my question. I got a question.
Yeah. What question you have? I hope it doesn't come with stats.
No stats. No stats. It's just how the communication towards the end of the first half. I mean, you cannot have that. You have no timeouts at the 1 yard line. Like, what's your thoughts on
horrible.
Because at the end of the day, listen.
That was horrible.
At the end of the day, listen. At the end of the day, right? That was that last play to Waller in the last play of the game. That should have been called a pass interference holding. You called it. It should have been another town.
I feel like these refs this year, man.
They picking who they want to help out.
Yeah, these refs, man.
It was bad.
They need to be investigated.
Listen, you got that Waller hit. You got those two penalties. I'm not trying to get off track, but those 2 penalties on San Francisco in the last drive, that hit, and even that holding penalty on Ward. That, to me, that was barely anything. That even yesterday with the Cowboys game, like they called roughing the passer on Dak. I did not see it. I'll take it, but I don't see it. But Danny, that had to drive you crazy, right? Like,
listen, it drove me crazy. I'm looking at it, half. And I'm trying to stay up. I got to wake up early in the morning, so I'm trying to stay up. I'm like, okay. I wasn't worried about I figured maybe, they wouldn't come back in the second half. I didn't think the game was going to be that close. Well, I want people to know that, to be honest, I still think we have a better chance winning with Daniel Jones than we do with Tyrod Taylor. Even though he performed well, he threw the ball, but he gave Daniel Jones, in my opinion, a blueprint on what to do. Mm-hmm. Go after his receivers. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid to let go of the ball. You don't have to run all the time. You're going to tell me Slayton was open this time? He wasn't open the many other times? Throw the ball. But you know what? I was impressed because we did, we kept the game so close with beat up offensive line.
Straight out of the couch.
Straight out of the couch. My boy Pugh from Syracuse, actually.
Dude, he was terrible.
Oh, he was.
Oh my God.
No, he started off strong.
No,
but then when he was
not at left tackle, not when he moved.
No, I'm talking about when he was. You got to realize they put him They put him because our left tackle got hurt.
He
So
straight
they
up
did-
looked like he just came out the fucking couch. The dude was beating him. Leonard Floyd was, I mean, he was around him by the time he took his first step. Like, get the fuck up out the couch.
Yes. But
And
you
he
know
was, like,
what? You know
trying to
what
push him.
happens? You know what happens? It's like when we go play ball, and as soon as we come and we start playing ball, you know what I mean? And you start knocking down threes. You feel good. You laying it up.
Do that?
After 5 minutes, you know what I mean? You feel like a slog.
Hey, I got a question. We have a viewer that's asking us a fantasy question. Should he keep starting
Is it Jesse?
Puka Nakua now that Cooper Kupp is back? This is
Yes.
from Aries.
Yes.
Keep Puka?
I
Good
say,
for an Aries. Yes.
I
That's
say,
the best
not?
receiving tandem in the league. If he's
who's his other option?
Cooper Kupp. He's not
Who's his
going to
other
Cooper
option?
Kupp. He's going to
I don't know. He didn't
Tutu
state it.
Atwell. Williams at the running back.
No, keep him in there.
Talk about
He's right now trying to get comfortable with Cooper Kupp coming back. But once Cooper Kupp starts getting doubled, that means one-on-one coverage on Luka.
Well, we all knew that.
Leave him in there. He'll go back.
Cooper Kupp will
We
get
all knew
double
when
teamed.
Kupp
That's
would
going
come
to leave
back,
this
the
guy
targets,
with
take
the
the targets.
Exactly, yeah.
one-on-one.
Leave him in there.
Easy.
Leave him in there.
Great pickup by Nash.
Oh yeah, Hondo.
Now-
Hondo made a very good point
I don't even-
about the Giants right before halftime.
Yeah.
That option. Well, they gave him an option to throw it and run, and he must.
Wait, it's always two plays
Taylor-
called.
Yeah.
No, it was
Right.
a pass, and they gave it, and he switched
It was a pass run option.
Coach.
Yeah, it
But
was a pass
no,
run
it's not-
option.
Coach was livid.
Yeah, but it's on the quarterback. You're a 13-year vet.
It
You
is.
should know
It
there's
is.
42
He should know.
seconds.
He should know.
To a
You're
run,
right.
you should to a run. You should know. I don't have enough time. If he doesn't make it, it's not enough time for him to get up and set the play up again. So
No
he should've
timeouts,
knew-
no nothing. You got to know the situation.
Yeah,
you
he
got to
should
know.
know.
You gotta know the situation.
You gotta know. But like, because every play that gets called, it's always two plays. That's when you see the quarterback audible in the line of scrimmage and stuff. That's either they're faking it or they're actually changing. There's always two play calls that's getting called in the huddle. And now when Dabo came out and said it was a pass run option, but from what I also read is that they was telling him in the mic before it shuts off, don't switch it, and he switched it. And listen, the Waller thing was definitely the last play of the game should have been called, and it should have been another untimed down. But you got to that point where you got into field goal range, you win the game. If you
they made
if
that
it goes
call.
out the way it
They
played
made
out.
that call, but
So
even
Aries
if-
has Garrett Wilson as his other option.
well, does he trust Zach Wilson? Well, Zach Wilson's on a bye anyway, so the Jets on
Yeah,
a
they're
bye.
on a
He's
bye. He
probably-
has to.
But it depends if you trust Zach Wilson. I don't. Is Garrett Wilson good enough? Yes, I would stick with Puka.
I'd keep Puka in there.
I would as well.
Keep
So
Puka.
back to the Giants, right? So you go for that the run. You switch to the run play. You do that. You fuck up on that, right? But what screwed up is, bro, in the fourth quarter, you had the 4th and 1 or 4th and inches. Why not just go for that? Why kick a field goal? You had Saquon Barkley. He had his best. Saquon Barkley had his best drive. He had his best drive running for like 40, 50 yards that drive. Why not just push it now?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
there's a lot of
the Giants should
questions.
have won the game. The Giants should have won the game. The
That was a
referee-
game we should have won.
Every game, every week, we speak about this, right? The ref, like, is it rigged? I'm not gonna. Danny says that, not me, right?
Absolutely,
Bro,
Trey.
every week, come on, man. Like, you should have went to your best player, which is give the ball to Saquon. But I get it, go to Waller. But there's no way you can't sit there and tell me he didn't hold his jersey.
No, he did. No, nobody's saying that.
No, but I'm saying the referees. How do you not?
Oh, right, yeah,
do
the
that?
refs, yeah, that should have been.
They call
another play,
lesser
absolutely.
plays. You know what I mean?
And then the
You know,
referee
Isn't that
Yeah,
roughing the
yeah.
passer?
and Allen. Come
I was just
on,
gonna say
man.
that. I was gonna say that. That's
This guy,
another bogus
this
one.
guy wants to be a tough guy and try to run through everybody. Wants to be Mr. in that little scuffle that was going on in the end zone. Wants to try to hit somebody on the side like he wasn't watching, but then wants to take a late hit and get a call. Like I can't stand this fucking guy. I can't stand him. He might be. I might hate him. Maybe fucking Tom Brady.
Well, Giants defense, credit to them, right? Like they, even in the losing effort, they shut that offense down. Obviously, Dable knows the offense, knows what they like doing and stuff like that. And I think they had a good game plan defensively. It's just you pick certain parts of the Giant, and it's just like if you're a Giant fan, like you just scratch your head, and it's just like the mental breakdowns. Like I talk about it with my Cowboys, but like you got to know the situation before the end of the half, and if the game plays out the way it ended up playing out, you just need a game-winning field goal. But hey, you still got to the one.
You guys picked up, D.
Urwaku.
He had a
really good game.
He had a great game. But at the end of the day,
that guy is so underrated. I see him
the one thing I'll say with the Giants,
always involved.
The one thing I'll say with the Giants is, Leonard Williams got to go. Like he has to go.
He's off next year. That's why he's making $32 million a year this year.
Is he? All right, then you know what? Then
he's out next year. They're not gonna put anything in there. Let him go. But end of the day, you guys lost, right? It's probably a good thing because you guys want another quarterback.
But the Giants are
1-5
and
struggling. So we will go to the next game. So
Giants
now
said at birth last season they're at home and they're at home this week against Washington.
I think we could beat the Commanders this week. I think they could be.
We'll see what happens. Now it's time to move on. Paulo, it's your turn, buddy. He doesn't want to talk.
ain't much to say. I mean, it's the 1-5 Bears. I don't see us improving. I mean, it's only gonna get worse from here. I mean, we what are we expecting? Banjan to be Brock Purdy? Yeah, I would love that, but you
don't have that luck.
No, we don't. This is Chicago. This is where we've never had a franchise quarterback. Like every single one of our quarterbacks have sucked. Every single one.
It's like a 3 to 5. It's like a 3 to 5 year window, right? And then it's like on to the next one.
Going. I mean, in recent years, the best one would be Jay Cutler, right? He had. We still don't have a 4,000-yard receiver, passer, but talent-wise, Jay Cutler was the man. Mitch Trubisky was a fucking shit show.
Did they double? Did they double DJ Moore a lot?
I didn't see it.
I'm gonna be honest. I was in and out of that game, but I mean, Minnesota's defense has been terrible this year, and they completely shut him out. What the hell is this guy going?
He's gone.
I'm back.
I mean, what I wanted to see honestly was Fields to Moore more often, right? Deep reps.
Absolutely.
I mean, we know Moore he's fast, right? He's your number one receiver. I mean, all we keep doing is just short plays, dumb plays, right after another. And it's not getting any better. And we thought, previous 2 weeks, Fields and Moore connection, this is starting to look good. It's heating up.
And going up against a defense that has been
mediocre, not even
mediocre at best. Yeah, exactly. And
I mean, we had our chances, but again, it comes down to fucking coaching. There was a couple of coaching. God, I fucking hate.
But is Minnesota's defense that much better than Washington's?
No, I think Washington's better. I think Washington. If we're picking between the two, I think Washington is better.
I didn't really watch that game, right? Because I don't have a huge setup of like TVs in my house to watch. So I was watching the Dolphin game more, right? Did you guys go away from your game plan that you did the previous 2 games?
Yeah.
Why though?
I don't know.
How many points those 2 games?
It's like they knew. Like every single one of those plays were just short pass plays. I mean, if you mix it in a little bit, it'll throw the defenders off. But no, it's just.
I mean, is having both those? I mean, I know you guys are out 3 running backs, but mainly your main 2.
No, I think Foreman did a great job.
No, but I'm saying like that couldn't affect the game plan. What if like having those 2 running backs out, the rookie and Herbert? Like I don't think so. You know what I mean? Man. Like, listen, at the end of the day with Chicago, man, it's like it's gonna come down to the head coach is gonna. I think he's gonna be done. I think he's gonna be out at the end of the year. Jim Harbaugh, maybe. I mean,
I think the best part of Sunday was our defense. Our defense actually played a lot better than they have all year.
You shut down Addison.
Yeah, Addison. I mean, Kirk Cousins only had 181 yards.
Yeah,
he was at the top.
They're gonna miss Justin Jefferson a lot.
For sure.
They're gonna miss Jefferson a lot.
But they did good. I mean, put pressure on him. But we just fucking.
And then when Justin Fields with the right thumb, right? It's the right throwing thumb, right? And I don't know. It sounds like he's going to be out more than just a couple of weeks.
He said he couldn't grip the ball.
Yeah,
he got
exactly.
an MRI, but nothing was ever said after that. I haven't heard anything. Tone hasn't heard anything.
I haven't read anything either about no ligament damage or anything like that. But listen. Even in losing effort against Denver, you guys were showing promising on offense side of the ball against Denver and Washington. It feels like you guys took a step back for whatever reason. I don't know, because I think Minnesota, that was the type of game that you want to probably take it to the next level from the previous last 2 weeks, but for whatever reason, it wasn't, and I don't know why. I don't know why, but that was it. Chicago's 1-5. They're home again this week. They got the Las Vegas Raiders coming into town.
You got to see firsthand what Drake May looks like.
Oh yeah.
I'm starting to come around to this guy, man.
I'm telling you, man. He's good. He's good.
He's still a North Carolina quarterback.
But he's not. Listen, you can't compare him to Trubisky. Trubisky was a 1-year wonder. 12 games in.
This is his second year. This
guy's pretty good. This kid's pretty good.
And he doesn't even have to come out either. He don't have to come out either. You know.
Yeah.
That's Luke May's brother.
Reminds me.
That's Luke May's brother.
He reminds me of. He reminds me of Jake Locker, man. I'm sorry to say that.
No way.
Same build, ability to run, and
definitely got a better arm.
That's just my opinion.
Definitely got a better arm.
No, I don't know.
And that receiver, I'm not getting off track. That receiver that just became eligible for North Carolina.
Jake Locker.
He's good too.
Oh yeah. What's his name? Travis.
Terrence Walker.
Terrence Walker. There you go, Terrence Walker.
Hey Pete, you'd be mad because I'm telling you, it's like Danny. So it's like if you guys draft Drake May, you get Jake Locker. That's like ordering something from Temu.
That's what's gonna happen, my friend.
That's what we got with Trubisky, bro.
Sponsoring Temu.
Listen, between Caleb Williams, who had a terrible game against Notre Dame, but between him and Drake May, and I think whoever gets them, they will be just fine. That's just fine. But Chicago's 1-5. They home this week against the Raiders, possibly without Jimmy Garoppolo. We'll see. But that's it. And then we're gonna end our team's talk with my Dallas Cowboys, who played last night on Monday Night Football. They survived. They survived with a 20-17 win. Screw you, man. Screw you. Listen, my takeaways from that game is the defense bounced back. They were getting pressure on Herbert, but he was escaping and rolling out and stuff. But when they mattered most, with the game on the line, Michael Parsons, and it was crazy. I was watching the game and they showed him on the screen. And I'm like, you want to do something tonight? And the very next play, he gets that sack, and then I'm probably pissing Paulo off because with that sack. And the very next play, Stephon Gilmore interception. Paulo loses in fantasy to Tone. You can't make it up. But listen, it was a good bounce back win. Was it pretty? No. We're going into our bye week 4-2. I'll take it. We're the only 4-2 team in the NFC. San Francisco losing, Philly losing. If you have any hope of still being, in the discussion for being the number one seed, you couldn't ask for a better bounce back week. Offensively, still. I mean,
they finally gave the ball to CeeDee Lamb.
You know
what I mean. I don't understand how you moved them around against the Jets. I don't understand how that's not. I mean, every game plan and every team, there's certain teams that match up better. Whatever, right? That's football, right? But at the end of the day, it's like you got to move him around, and he's your best out. Brandon Cooks. Listen, I talked shit about him last week. Mm-hmm. I'll keep on doing it. He's finally scored the touchdown. Got a big third down conversion in our last drive. The one play I do have upon Michael Gallup, like he has 10 targets, 3 catches, and 2 of them in his hands in the end zone. Yeah, like you can't. We gave you a 5-year extension. We picked you over Amari Cooper. That Amari Cooper, 2 seasons in. I'm still scratching my head on that trade. The reason, and Jerry Jones, the reason why we don't have Amari Cooper is because you and your son, Stephen Jones, looked at his last year of the deal at $20 million as too expensive. You asked him to take a 50%, but close, a big discount to stay in the team. He said no. You guys training for a 6-round pick, and they're scrambling to find a number 2.
Brandon Cook was supposed to be that guy. Last week I said he hasn't showed up. He showed up this week when it mattered. That's it. But at the end of the day, the offense still has a lot of we only have one play in the playbook, and that's shotgun and just from the shotgun formation. Like I don't understand that. And McCarthy, you want to run the ball. Like I'm not trying to. A win's a win, and I'm not going to take away from it, right? But all game yesterday, running through the middle was not an option, and he continued with Tony Pollard. That was the only one.
Let me ask you a question. Since you're the Cowboys fan here, right? I might be wrong here, but do you answer this question? Do you guys miss Zeke? Because Pollard isn't having a good year running the ball. Receiving, he's doing okay. But I think when Zeke was running the ball and he was involved with the power run and this and that, it gave, I think, Pollard less of, I guess, less like baggage in his back to not do much. And now that the load is all on his back, 15 carries for 30 yards on a defense that's not as great.
No, yeah,
that's
exactly.
Not good.
No, it's not. It's not. And
then you got to realize you got the two teams that you're gonna have to pass, which is the Niners and the Eagles, have two great run defenses. 15 carries for 30 yards.
Something's gonna have to change. Do we miss Zeke for the short yardage? And also, what we miss Zeke at is like that ground and pound. He will beat up the defense up front to the point when Pollard will come in. That change of space, that change of pace, that speed burst that Pollard gave as the game's going on, the front seven from the defense that we're playing, they're tired as the game's going on. That speed that Pollard brought. Like I'm not. I don't know if this makes sense, right? Like that's
coming back from broken leg though.
Yeah. That's like no. I get it. That's I'm not saying Pollard's not a starter, right? But like there's just certain roles that like in any sport, right? Like they just fit better. Like, and I think Pollard coming in as a change of pace back, I think that was important to us. And now we don't have that. And then you know you know who we do miss? Dalton Schultz working the middle of the field. That's what I missed. And then, because Jake Ferguson, I mean, I don't know if it's the play clock. I mean, our tight ends do not work the middle of the field like Dalton Schultz works. We missed that.
And then one of the listeners right now made a great point saying that Dak running was big for you guys last night.
No, it is. It was absolutely.
He used to do before. If he can continue doing that, that helps the team out a lot.
That's the one thing. That's the one thing I never understood. Right? Like I don't know if it was because like that foot injury that he had against the Giants back in the 2021 season, but that's another weapon. Like he's not the fastest. He's not the fastest by no means, but that's another weapon. Like that's another option that you have. Use his legs. Have him roll out. Play action roll out. Yeah. You know what I mean? Crossing routes through the middle. Like find a way. You know what I mean? Like you got to work with what he has. And that, you know, I think that listen, it was a good bounce back. Mike McCarthy's play calling is still terrible. I didn't even read it yet, but I don't even want to read it. His decision making towards the first half to me was terrible. You have 2 timeouts. Why are you bringing your 2 timeouts into the locker room with you? You can't bring it over to the second half. You're inside the 15-yard line. It's 10 seconds, 9 or 10 seconds. You call a timeout, at least run a play to the end zone. Make it a safe play, you know, where one option, if it's not there, throw it away and then kick the field goal. But at least to just be satisfied, to go into the half up 3 after the week before the performance you had. And you sit here and continue to say we want to be aggressive. Well, be aggressive. So luckily that didn't like come back to bite us in the ass. And then that punt return, I was pissed off at Tobin. I'm not gonna lie at the moment, but then looking at it, I don't blame him. You know what I mean? Like he knows he's the one that ran into Turpin. He sees Turpin on the ground. He sees the ball loose. His reaction, I think, would have been our reaction too, was go after the ball because he doesn't know what happened. You know what I mean? And he knows that he was the one that ran into it. But listen, going into our bye week 4-2, we come back off the bye week at home against the Rams. So that's going to be with that receiving duo. That's going to be a test for us and stuff like that. But overall, good bounce back win. I'll take it. I'm not complaining.
I agree.
All right, so we're done. That was our weekly teams performances. Now we're going to move on to our week 6 NFL Blitz. Quick run through the games, quick takes and stuff like that. We're going to start off with that London game, Baltimore and Tennessee. Baltimore comes out victorious. And what you guys think about that? Your thoughts?
The Titans, man. They're not a good team.
Trade
They're not a
Henry.
good team. You know, they need to trade him. They need to figure something out with Henry. The guy looks like he's done, to be honest.
And yeah, they're not. They're in trouble. Like, I feel bad for Henry. Like they abused that man for like the past couple years. He had a good game, and what kept him in the game. Tannehill being out, I don't think he would have made a difference. He didn't have a great game anyway. 8 for 16, 76 yards. But I think he's out. I think he avoided surgery on his ankle. But Malik Willis, I don't trust.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of him.
So Baltimore, the offense still doesn't look good to me in Baltimore. I don't know what it is. They can't figure it out, but they need to do something, figure it out. The offense. I don't see a new offensive coordinator coming in and taking 5 weeks to like figure something out. But Tennessee looks done. So I know
they got running backs. But I think that J.K. Dobbins injury is bigger than what it was big, but I think it's starting. I think he was, planned to be a big part of this offense. You know what I mean? Because
they trade, call people.
No, man. They said that they were going to pass the ball this season.
Yeah, that was supposed
and
to be
that ball is hardly going in. He's just looking at to Zay Flowers the whole time. That's what it feels like. You know, he got Odell. He has Mark Andrews. You got Bateman. Let the ball loose, man. You don't have to run every damn play.
Yep. So so Baltimore 24-16. Baltimore.
Or look for Zay Flowers.
Baltimore goes to 4-2. Tennessee goes to 2-4, I believe. Moving on. Washington and Atlanta 24-16. Washington goes to 3-3. Atlanta goes to 3-3. Desmond Ridder loses his first home game ever in his career between college and the NFL. Your thoughts?
He's trash. They gotta get rid of him.
Agree.
Like, enough already, bro. Like, you're what are they? 2-3 or
3-3?
3-3. Like, you're having a decent season. Like, enough already. Give up with the kid. Like, he's not it. Like, I would rather put Heineke in and see what the fuck he can do, because Ritter's like not good. He's trash. Like, you got a young squad. Put Heineke in and see what he can do, because he had a good career in Washington, and he played good with the young guys there. I would bring him in and tell
the playoffs.
Sorry, buddy, you got to go, man. He ain't doing it over there.
Yeah. No, what you call?
At least he's giving.
The one thing for the Atlanta, my bad, Danny. You gotta come. Like, I know Algier is a legitimate, he's a decent running back, right? But you gotta get to a point where Bijan Robinson cannot be having just 13 carries a game. Like, I think he needs to be up there in the 20s. Like, and for them to still be going 50-50. To me, it's kind of a head scratcher, honestly. You don't pick a running back that high to still be getting 10 carries, between 10 to 15 carries. I know they use him in the pass game a lot. He had 5 catches for 43 yards, but I mean, he got to touch that ball at least 25. Hey, listen, if he touches that ball 25, 30 times, I have no problem with it. If I'm an Atlanta fan, you know what I mean. And for Washington, they had, Sam Howard played a good game. I think he managed the game well. 14 for 23, 151. Didn't really throw the ball, but I think the key was they got Terry McLaurin involved, and I think that's important for them.
Hey, Jesse said that you must have broke your chair, Brad man. Why you so down? He said,
I gotta keep. I don't know if you notice. I keep moving up like this. I can't. This chair is not comfortable at all.
He said,
I keep trying to get a better position.
He said, it looks like you're using an Oscar's chair.
Damn chair, you know what I mean? It's funny because I got this for her for Christmas 2 years ago.
From Temu?
No, not from Temu. Actually,
okay.
from another site. I'm not going to name. They haven't sponsored us yet, so I don't want to go ahead and name any sites, But let me tell you something about Atlanta.
Alibaba?
No, Alibaba. You know Alibaba too? Oh man, it's the best, bro. I stopped messing with them too. I get a message with them every hour. But go back. Kyle Pitts though is having a decent season this year.
Drake London had a good game too.
I mean, the past 2 weeks they finally using him.
Yeah, they're finally using Kyle Pitts. Good for the guy because I think that kid is talented, but never picking an Atlanta Falcon player ever again. So.
All right, we're gonna move on to one of the games. To me, one of the games of the week was Seattle at Cincinnati. Cincinnati comes away on top, 17-13. Seattle's 3-2. Cincinnati, they got back to 500. They're 3-3 after the start that they had. But
the good thing about the
there?
Bengals,
I don't think they are.
No, the good thing about the Bengals is that they have a bye week.
Yeah.
They need to just go out, do something, and come back focused, man. Because fuck, he's killing me. I mean, Chase, I love what Chase did last week, but then this week is like, fuck.
They should have lost.
Yes,
they should have. Yeah, too.
Seattle kind of like dominated this game, and I'm sorry to say, like I don't like bringing fantasy into it because like it is what it is, but fucking T. Higgins only shows up one game, and it's the game that I play against him. He's like disappears. Like where?
I don't know why I started him. I don't know why I started him.
Like he wants. Is he? I think he's looking for a contract, isn't he? Like this ain't helping your cause.
He's a free agent.
This ain't helping your cause, brother. Like you need to start doing something.
He's gonna get a deal.
Yeah, but it ain't helping you because you're playing with a number one, and you can't. You don't even look like you're a number two right now.
No. He's trying to stay healthy.
But Seattle, I don't get them. I don't get Seattle.
Well, Seattle, the last two drives that they had the game, they went into the red zone, right? Like the first one, right? It was fourth down. Like Geno, good coverage, but Geno, you gotta. I'd rather just throw it. You can't take a sack. You can't take a sack there. And then in the last drive again was basically the same thing. He got sacked again. Like you got it. Just throw it in there. Especially the last drive, the last play of the game. You can't. I'd rather have you just throw it, just throw it instead of getting sacked. You never know what can happen. But listen, for Cincinnati, Joe Burrow, right? 35 attempts for 185 yards. That to me tells me that they're not throwing it deep. And for whatever reason, I know Higgins has that rib issue, but they don't have a running game.
Cincinnati still has the weapons to go ahead and turn everything around.
Listen,
3-3 isn't bad going after what they started off. Yeah, that's what I told you when y'all said I wasn't worried. Right. I'm not worried about Cincinnati.
And their next two
Cincinnati proved that they're winners.
Easy.
No, San Francisco's one of them, right?
At San Francisco, and then Buffalo goes to Cincy. So their next two after the bye.
They need to take this bye week and really come together and be like, all right, let's just let everything out. You know what I mean?
Good thing they're on bye this week.
We're going to move on.
Jamar Chase.
We're going to move on. Indianapolis at Jacksonville. Jacksonville 37-20. Indianapolis falls to 3-3. Jacksonville 4-2. They went to London, revived their season, 3-game winning streak. And I think the key thing is Travis Etienne.
He's looking like a star lately, man.
Etienne, these last 3 weeks has been, I think, the reason why
he went to London. He took the crown from King Charles, and he's playing like a superstar. I'm telling you that, man.
He didn't have a great game. He just had the touchdown. 18.
Well, he did it.
It doesn't matter.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
But they better hope that Trevor Lawrence don't have his knee injury ain't as bad as what.
Yeah, they're calling it a knee bruise.
Yeah.
Bruise. We all got those, man.
The culture just stupid though. Like I just don't understand.
I don't understand it either.
Like,
I don't.
Get Jonathan Taylor back. Zach Moss just ran for 165 yards the week before. Your rookie quarterback, who's your franchise quarterback, just got injured. Your backup quarterback comes in. And he throws the ball 55 fucking times.
I mean, they got behind.
What
earlier. You got behind.
Matter.
I know that.
You were in the red zone.
I know what happened.
You were in the red zone. Run the ball.
No, you hyped him up, D. You hyped up Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, I didn't.
You hyped him up, so he got excited. He heard the podcast. He got excited. He said, "You know what? These guys love me. These guys, I'm going to show them what kind of quarterback I am."
This might be the dumbest organization. This might be
My
one of the
God, with a workhorse who got the money in Taylor, you don't give this guy the ball like he's
you give him the money, and in 2 weeks you give him 13 carries. Great job.
That's
Indianapolis. Great job. Let's stop talking about it. They pissing me off.
Jacksonville is first place in the AFC South. Indianapolis falls back to 500, and now with Richardson most likely out for the season, it's going to be Gardner Minshew's show. So we'll see what happens. Moving
no more
on,
Taylor, man.
Moving on, we go one of the surprises of the week, right? San Francisco at Cleveland, 19-17. Cleveland comes up on top. San Francisco suffers their first loss, dropped to 5-1. Cleveland's 3-2. Your thoughts? I think there's a lot to say about this game.
I think
this game is crazy.
Did we just jinx the Niners too?
No. I think Cleveland's defense is real.
They're underrated. That's the first time I've seen them from start to finish. And they're good.
I looked at their defensive stats last week, and it caught my eye because they allow the lowest yards.
Third down conversions, and
in general, they're at the top of the list on every single category. I'm like, this can't be right? I mean, to go up against the high-powered offense, bro, they look great. I mean, it sucks that McCaffrey got hurt.
Yeah, but the one thing I would say though, right, like even with McCaffrey there, like they were struggling.
They were struggling.
You know what I mean?
They had
taking
time.
McCaffrey out the game completely is a whole nother.
Look, the Browns had no question. The Browns have a hell of a defense, and they played a great game. But look at the score, 19-17, with a chance to win without McCaffrey, without Deebo Samuel. You know what I mean? The Niners would have won that game.
They're the number one defense in the league right now.
But they still would have won. No, like I said, their defense is still great. But the Niners would have won the game.
You're right.
These two guys, these two guys were in the game.
But let's call it. It's football. It happens, right?
It was a weird week. It was a weird week. I mean, football's always weird, but
they played with a third string quarterback. They don't have their starting running back as well, and they only have a number one receiver. They don't have a number two or number three. Mm-hmm. And Amari Cooper showed out, right? And Myles Garrett is a monster. There's one thing going around how he threw Trent Williams, and you don't ever see that happening.
That one.
Right? But
that was crazy.
We spoke about Brock Purdy and all that, and he didn't have the greatest game. But he did put with losing McCaffrey, losing Samuel for the game. He did put the Niners in position to win the game, and the kicker who missed his first 2 field goals of his career didn't come through. Yeah. But the Niners, that's going to happen. That you come through with that.
Listen,
and it'll happen. But they'll be out.
Listen. Every team that are Super Bowl contenders, you're bound to have a game like that, right? So get it out the way. If I'm a Niners fan, I'd rather get that out the way week 5. I'm not saying they might have another game or two rest of the season, but I'd rather get that out the way. You know what I mean? Like what D said, even with McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel, by no means Purdy did not have a good game. By no means. Right, it looked like he was having difficulty gripping the ball. It wasn't raining that much, but for whatever reason, it was just one of those days for the Niners. I don't question. I'm not gonna second guess them at all. You know what I mean? Like D said, at the end of the day, as bad as it looked, because it was bad. After that first drive, there was nothing that went right for them on offense. Nothing. You know what I mean? They scored that touchdown, but that was off of an interception, so they worked with a short field. But he still put them in position to win. And listen, as bad as they played, you could say that they played bad and still be in position to kick a game-winning field goal. Even in a bad day, you got to sneak away with a win against this team.
And one good thing for them, they have an extra day. They play the Monday night.
Yeah, they play Monday night.
I'll
put it this way. We haven't got to that game yet, right? I'm more concerned with the Eagles than what I am with San Francisco. Like, I'm not even thinking about San Francisco. To me, is just like a little bump on the road. To me,
I agree.
You know what I mean? We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to New Orleans and Houston. Houston comes up on top, 20-13. Saints fall to 3-3. Houston's 3-3, and they week in and week out they continue to impress me. You know what I mean? 3-3. The division is not going to run away from them. They beat the Jacksonville Jaguars already. And CJ Stroud threw his first interception.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, threw his first interception, but he didn't rattle him. And that defense is going to get better and better and better with DeMeco
Ryans is a real good coach.
That defense is going to get better and better. You know what I mean?
Ryans is a real good coach.
So, and you guys have any? I mean, Saints.
No, they beat two good defenses in the Jaguars and the Saints, man.
No, yeah.
That's impressive for a rookie. For a rookie quarterback like that,
Yeah, 13 for 27 for 199, 2 touchdowns, 1 interceptions. QBR was 47.4.
And even their running game is not that good, but they're pulling it out. They're doing well. You got to give them credit.
Yeah, Pierce hasn't been good this year.
No.
So we're gonna move on with that because the Saints, I mean, they're good. I think they have the talent, and I think I'm a little surprised.
Carr gotta go ahead and grease the hinges. Just let that ball go. You got Michael Thomas, Chris Olave, Shaheed. Throw the ball. And this guy coming out of the backfield, Kamara.
I'm surprised they don't use the tight end as much. Derek Carr used the tight end so much.
No, yeah, I don't know.
In Oakland, he doesn't use no tight end. Jawan Johnson has been.
Well, he's hurt.
Yeah, but even in the beginning, they don't use no tight end at all.
Yeah. We're gonna move on. So New England and the Raiders. Raiders come on top, 21-17. New England drops to 1-5. Raiders surprisingly 3-3. I mean, my takes is quick, man. Like Mac Jones, 24 for 32, 200 yards, no touchdowns, one interception. That one interception was terrible. I don't know what he was looking at. Nobody was in sight, and I mean that's really it. I mean, is this Bill Belichick's last year?
He needs to go. He needs to just stop.
Like, how bad does he want to catch Sula though? That's the question.
Of course. It doesn't matter. If he catches him, Andy Reid's going to break the record. Andy Reid's going to win like 12, 14 games as long as he has Mahomes as his quarterback. But he'll call it quits. He's probably. But I think I heard not too long ago that he wouldn't mind like calling it quits with New England and going back to the Giants if he could finish something over there.
Well, yeah, he's been connected with them.
But like what mind boggles me with the Patriots, how do you not re-sign Jacoby Myers and you give Juju the same contract?
That's the question, but that's the question that they're asking out there in New England. It doesn't make sense to me at all. It doesn't.
And what's going to mess up? Sorry, Dan. One more thing. The Mayor tight end, he's going to be good. And the Dallas Cowboys should have drafted him.
That's who I wanted. That's what I wanted.
Good. He looks good. Go ahead, Danny.
No, what I want to say is, what's his name? The coach, Belichick. He was known, during Tom Brady's era, of selecting talented players in the draft.
But
these past few years, with no name, exactly. It's not working anymore. These guys who he's been drafting, they haven't done anything. You can see their grades. Their grades are usually ended up being a D and an F the following season after the rookies play, and that's done. You know what I mean? I think he needs to go somewhere else. He's not going to win anymore. He lost that magic in selecting these late round players, who end up being superstars. And
I'm gonna say it was Brady.
Maybe Christian Gonzalez pick was good. I thought Christian.
Well, he's out for the season.
Yeah, he's out for the season.
Yeah, but Mac Jones is terrible, dude.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Maybe it's time.
His picks have been horrible. That offensive lineman he picked up early. If he picked up another defensive end or something.
Hey,
like that,
I know what could happen. Bears are gonna get the number one pick. I think Bill Belichick needs a change of scenery. Trade for Bill Belichick, come to the Bears, win a Super Bowl. They get the number one pick. They could get Caleb Williams or wherever the fuck he wants to go to.
Ever since the season started, the last 6 weeks, every episode we have this. We have this from Paulo.
Yeah, hey man, this is what we do, right? We talk about sports and certain scenarios that could help our team.
But
he really
help our team.
Yeah,
we need a fucking coach, man. We need a coach.
Mac Jones is terrible. Before he took that stupid ass safety, he had a nice pass to Devontae Parker, who completely just missed the ball.
Yeah, he missed the ball. Yeah.
So he is a bad quarterback, but Devontae Parker did not help him out. But end of that, Patriots I think are done. We'll see what happens with Bill Belichick. So let's just go on with that.
Yeah, we're gonna move on.
In 3 without a quarterback now.
Yeah, we're gonna move on, right? So we're gonna move on to Detroit at Tampa. Detroit comes away on top, 20-6. Detroit sitting at 5-1. Tampa falls to 3-2. Detroit. I mean, are we putting them in the level with not like exactly level, but are they the third best team in the NFC right now?
Top 3. Top 3,
yes. Between us and them, it's like
no particular order. Dolphins, 49ers, Lions, and Eagles are outside looking in because Eagles and Kansas City, 5-1. They don't look like a 5-1 team. Like they've been struggling.
No,
with these
they
wins.
don't.
I get it's the NFL, but all their wins have just been.
But
Shit.
Detroit. Listen, Detroit being 5-1, they've gotten better every single week, right? Like Jared Goff, 30 for 44, 353 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interception. And that connection, let me tell you, I'm not putting it in the level of Kelsey and Mahomes, but that connection that he has with Amon St. Brown,
like
that's something that should be talked about more. Like they're on the same page and stuff like that. But
I'm franchising him
And
again.
if Jameis Williams, he can be that second punch. They got and Reynolds.
And Laporta's good
over there, but that David Montgomery injury might hurt him.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
That might hurt him.
There's really no news on that. Campbell just said that he's going to be out a while. So is this the Jahmyr Gibbs is expected back this week? So if he doesn't get the ball now, I don't even know. You might as well forget about him being being a key piece on this team. But their offensive line is good. Their defensive line is good too. You know what I mean? We talk about it every week. Jacksonville kicking themselves in the head about Aiden Hutchinson, but they're 5-1, and I thought they weren't going to run away with the NFC North, but it's looking like it. It's looking like it.
Bears are going to come back. What do you mean?
Yeah, okay. All right. Moving on. We got Arizona Cardinals travel to the Rams. Rams took care of business, 26-9. Rams go to 3-3. Arizona goes to 1-5.
It's gonna be stacked at the bottom. All these
1-5 teams and stuff.
Cardinals are who we really thought they were. No more pew.
They fought in the first half, but
they just can't. They just can't compete with the teams at the end.
They can't compete. They don't have the weapons. They don't have the
but
the
overall,
talent to go ahead and keep up with.
Kyron Williams had a great game.
He had a hell of a second. He had a hell of a second half.
Second half, he went nuts.
Yeah, and then of course, Cooper Kupp is back. 7 catches, 148, 1 touchdown, 9 targets. And I know the question was asked about Puka. He went 4 for 26, but he had 7 targets, so he was only 2 targets side from Kupp. So Stafford is not going to shy away from. You know what I mean? His performances, prior to Kupp coming back was big time for the Rams, because if they don't have that from him, are the Rams really sitting at 3-3 right now? I don't think so. And then we're going to talk about the last game for the week, because the last 2 games was Giants Sunday night and the Cowboys Monday night. We just talked about that. Philly at the Jets. Jets come out on top 20-14. Philly suffers their first loss. Jets 3-3.
Impressive.
That defensive performance was outstanding.
I think
crazy.
Hey, Zach Wilson is going to be a star in this league.
Oh my God!
Me and Danny were the only ones that said, "Give it some time." Give it some time.
A star?
That's right.
A star.
Hey,
you know what?
You need to calm down.
A star, though.
Star, man.
Listen, once Roger comes back, he's gonna sit behind Rodgers. The fucking kid is gonna be a star. He's gonna be
exactly
out.
Sit behind Rodgers.
Anybody can be a star sitting down.
Hey,
he's gonna
take down notes.
Ever since he saw Donna Kelsey,
you seen that too?
Lights out.
Listen,
come on, let
me go with this. Let me go with this. Hold on.
That defense.
Aaron Rodgers, do me a favor. Stay the fuck away from the stadium. You're an attention getter. You're annoying. I hate you. Your face is annoying.
That's what I was just gonna say, D. Like, am I the only one?
I just want to punch Aaron Rodgers. He just wants all the attention on him. Go to a blackout and just shut the fuck up.
Listen to Larry.
Zach Wilson is Mark Sanchez 2.0.
Hey, no way. Look at Larry Mullins in the chat, man. Look at Larry Mullins in the chat. He recognizes real. All right. Zach Wilson is going to be the best quarterback in that AFC East.
No one believes that.
As long as he keeps giving Garrett Wilson the ball, he will be a superstar in this league. Well, that's all you got to do. Boom.
That's it.
You know? And then you'll hear me say, Wilson touchdown.
Well,
pick him up. I think he's available. Pick him up in fantasy. Pick him up, please.
D would drive you. D would drive you to MetLife. D would drive you to MetLife personally.
He's not doing anything. They should have lost the game.
Listen. Hey, let's put it back. Hey,
won the game. He hasn't been put in a situation. Listen, you know who lost him the game? You know who won him the game? The Eagles.
No.
Punt the ball away. Make Zach Wilson drive 80 yards.
Yeah, they wasn't going to do
the game. He can't do it. He can't do it.
That's
give him time.
Listen, defense
the Eagles
elite. Defense is elite, and I said it in the beginning of the show. I wish Miami had a defense like that because I would relax as a fan. I would relax.
You wish you had confidence in Zach Wilson like you did in Tua.
No. I would take Tua over Zach Wilson a million times.
No way. That's why you guys will not win the Super Bowls because y'all have Tua. If y'all had Zach Wilson there, things might have changed.
Neither will the Jets with Zach Wilson. I can guarantee that.
Hey, if they win 8 games this year, you will put on a Zach Wilson jersey.
For what? What's 8 games? What's 8 games going to get him a 16
everyone had him winning 3 games without Aaron Rodgers.
Who's everyone?
You.
Paulo.
I did not say that. I did not. I never said that. I
remember. I think I remember he said something like that.
Mr. Timu, I did not say that. Those Timu headphones are fucked up because I did not say that.
No. These aren't Timu. I'm not even gonna say where they're from, but
I never said that.
I'm telling you, I think I heard it. I'm getting in trouble. I might get in trouble. I keep getting these emails from these companies talking about, sponsoring and some shit. I don't know, but let you know. I think I remember you saying something like that. It may not have been that, but it sounded something like that.
Listen. They did what they're
that game came down to the jersey.
I will buy the jersey. I will purchase the jersey.
They did what they were supposed to do, right? They're 3-3 at the bye. No one expected it, right? People were expecting them to be 3-3 with Aaron Rodgers at the bye, right? But we can sit here and say they're 3-3 because of their defense. Like Breece Hall didn't have a good game.
No,
so we all blew it up like, just give him the ball. He went for 170 against the Broncos. Well, we sat here and we said it was the Broncos. So then you went up against the Eagles, which was a top defensive run stop team, right? You ran the ball for 39 yards.
Hey,
you scored that touchdown because they allowed you to score.
They didn't allow it.
Come on, Pete.
Yeah, I think they did.
The NFL, man. Come on.
No, I think they did. Because they had the decision to say, all right, we could either stop him to a field goal, but then how much time would they really have on the clock?
That's why he scored.
I wish I had Zach Wilson on
the
Bears right now.
But if you're the Eagles, right, and Nick Sirianni, I get it. You want to be aggressive. I don't have no problem with that. But then but you also got to take a step back and see how that pretty much after the first quarter, right, when they won 14-3, I think, like nothing went right for them as well. Just like we talked about San Francisco, right? But they had an opportunity to close it out. San Francisco had to make that drive to, they were trailing. Philly, you were winning, and like D said, I'm with D. Like, run the ball. Or even like a pass play. If it's not there, you can clearly run it with Jalen Hurts. Punt the ball. There was no sign throughout the second half that Zach Wilson was going to lead them to 80 yards or 85 yards for a game-winning touchdown. And for them to pass it, like, to me, it's just like nothing went right for you, dude, in the second half. And they do whatever they want. But like I told you, I'm more concerned of how the Eagles look than what I am with San Francisco. They have some questions. They're 5-1, but that 5-1 from last year is completely different than what this 5-1 looks like. And
they finished good last year with Mike White and Zach Wilson because of their defense. You don't think they were going to win games with Zach Wilson now? Their defense is elite. That's why I took him. If you listen to the first episode, whoever didn't follow, I had him winning the division because Aaron Rodgers was that piece. And that's why I always said with Aaron Rodgers as their quarterback, they were Super Bowl or bust because that defense.
You sure it wasn't because you thought Zach Wilson was going to be a superstar?
Yeah.
Never. I never.
Yeah. Never. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Never. Listen, he's as good as you were in the Rexplex.
I dropped 8 points in one game.
You did not drop 8 points in one game.
That's
I don't recall ever putting 8 points on the stats.
Because you weren't there that day. You were not there that day. I dropped 8 points at the Rex.
Your career at the Rexplex is you suffered 2 separated soldiers in one game. The same shoulder kept on popping out. That's what I remember.
The most horrific injury ever seen at the Rexplex. Someone's shoulder popping out 2 or 3 times while trying to get back in the game.
Didn't it pop out you attempting the layup?
Yeah.
No, it popped out. No, it popped out when I went for the steal. And as I reached in, he yanked the ball up. All of a sudden, I'm running down the court. I'm like, something feels funny, man.
Yeah, and then you popped it back in, and then the next possession
I
down,
was like,
your
I
arm
looked
again.
That shit was like a grapefruit, sticking out like this. The guy shows me a way to pop it back in, with my legs. I popped it out. I was like, okay, I'm ready to get in the game. As soon as I stood up, oh shit. Haven't been the same since, bro. Over 2 years.
Retired.
But yes, I dropped 8 points in one game.
That's it. But listen, that's our Week 6 recap of our teams, our weekly picks, and our Week 6 blitz. That's really I mean, basketball season. I was a stat man for you guys, man.
I played though.
Okay, that's good.
The first season.
That's fine, man. I was like a freshman in high school.
But nothing gets better than when Jordy played us out. He said, "I gotta play for y'all." And he brought Boca Chula, and Boca Chula came with some swimming shorts. The fuck was that? Gotta love that shit. Boca came with swimming shorts. What the hell?
Good time. That was good times, man.
Hey, we got a really good college game on Saturday. Ohio State.
It's not the U.
It's at Penn State. We ain't gonna talk about the U right now, man. Talking about Penn State.
Talking about Orange.
You guys suck.
Yeah, I got crap.
God dang.
We do suck, man.
Listen,
we played Clemson, man. I don't even want to talk about it. Forget it.
Penn State.
College basketball.
Yeah, no, I'm surprised. I thought it would be a
nighttime.
Nighttime game. But listen, Penn State traveling to Ohio State, definitely a college basketball playoff.
You got Tennessee going to Alabama. That's a 3:30 game.
Yeah, I mean that's more for Alabama.
North Carolina, man, they moved up to number 10.
Yeah, they're good.
Then you got 7:30 game Duke going to Florida State. That should be
good. But if Duke's quarterback don't play though, I can't see that. I don't think they have a shot.
You got Utah going to USC. So,
USC's defense got issues. I mean, Caleb Williams played terrible. I mean, as bad as it gets.
He sucked.
Come on, P. You're bugging.
What?
He's not.
Yeah.
Come on.
He don't want to come to Chicago. Fuck him.
They got nice winters in Chicago. You should try at least.
That Penn State Ohio State game. Listen, Penn State. Penn State, Michigan, and Ohio State, right? Like it's. I know we are past an hour and stuff for that, but whoever created the Big Ten divisions needs to get fired. Like, I'm not trying to see Michigan, Ohio State in the Big Ten championship game against Wisconsin. I'm tired of that. And the fact that like they when they went to divisions and they have Penn State, Ohio State, and Michigan in the same side, you're telling me as a fan, right? Like, so I'm never going to see Ohio State, Michigan in the Big Ten championship game, or Ohio State, Penn State. Like, that's terrible. We'll see what happens when USC and all those Pac-12 teams come next year. How they're going to redo things, or maybe they just take divisions out or whatever. But listen, with the Big Ten, real quick, these are the 3 teams, and they all got to play each other. Penn State, Ohio State this week. I think Penn State, Michigan at Penn State. I think 2 weeks from this Saturday, and then Thanksgiving weekend is Ohio State and Michigan at Michigan. Yeah, it's gonna come down to those 3. But Penn State is the one that's like looking up, right? They're looking up to Ohio State and Michigan, right? And like, can they do it? You know what I mean? But that's it. We also have NBA.
We'll talk more about that on Friday.
Yeah, we have NBA coming right around the corner, October 24th.
Let's go Celtics.
Our Rangers are 2-1.
Beating the Knicks.
Our Rangers are 2-1. We have NBA right around the corner. Knicks and Celtics kick it off on Wednesday, 7 p.m. at the Real Garden. And then
I should go to that game. I might
see WNBA finals. You got
Liberty
2-1. They just
tomorrow.
The game yesterday. They got another game tomorrow.
Good win.
Yeah, tomorrow. And then college basketball. College basketball is also around the corner. They came out with their top 25. Duke's number 2, North Carolina's 19, and Syracuse is nowhere to be found.
Neither is UNLV, Tone.
And UNLV.
We're gonna come back.
And the MLB playoffs, we got Texas don't lose.
Texas
they
7-0
in the playoffs. They up 2-0 against the Astros.
I guess.
And the
Phillies Montgomery looks good
right now.
We should have never traded
him. The Phillies are hot. They are up 1-0 in the series, and they're up 1-0 right now in Game 2 in the 5th inning. So they are hot right now. It's looking like a Texas Phillies World Series. We'll see how it goes.
Yep.
And that is all for
That is it.
sports
That
right
is
now.
all. Make sure you guys subscribe. We got our
Look up
social
above.
media
You
outlets.
see all the
above
social
us.
media outlets if you want to hit it up.
Appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button.
Guys, I'm sorry I didn't get the background, the new background.
You got it. You just ain't put it
That's
up.
all.
Yeah, you suck.
And then on Friday,
I'll make sure I have it on Friday.
and then on Friday we'll all sit on the floor with Danny so he can feel normal.
Yes.
And if anybody new
Yes.
on the webpage or website who or the podcast who hit the subscribe button, follow us, and let us know what you think.
And Tone,
Hey.
you need to be Tone. You need to come on Friday, man.
Tone will be on this Friday, guaranteed. He's excited.
Hey, thanks to the viewers on
Yes,
YouTube.
yes.
This was pretty fun.
I
Larry
agree.
Mullins looks like he's gonna be a fan favorite out here.
Did Larry Mullins hit the subscribe button yet?
I don't
Well,
know.
he
Larry
better.
Mullins, we need to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, bro.
He related to Chris?
And spread the word. Spread the word. He might have a flat top.
Chris Mullins? It's Chris Mullen. I'm Chris Mullen.
So you guys have a good one.
Yeah, we'll see you on Friday
Yeah,
with our weekly picks. Talk about Week 7, and we can talk about college football. We can talk about whatever, man. Once we talk about the football stuff, we can just get going about anything else.
Talk about
But we'll
Boston.
see you on Friday.
Later,
Fins
guys.
See
up,
ya.
baby. You already know. Fins up.
Yeah, Fins
Let's go, Zach Wilson.
Fins
Let's
up.
go.
Shut up, Danny.
Wilson!
Wilson.